Hey everybody, welcome back to another Judgment commentary of the Castlevania Netflix series. But today, we're going to be checking out the first 4 episodes of Season 2. That's right, that's how Netflix split it up. The first season is literally only the first 4 episodes, and then Season 2 is the next 8. But anyway, in the last 4 episodes, we were introduced to the series in a very interesting way. We got a great perspective on Dracula in this because as it started out, we got the typical thing with Dracula meeting a woman by the name of Lisa, but the two of them fell in love, and Lisa attempted to humanize Dracula just a little bit. She told him to walk out amongst humans for a little bit, get a feel of what they're actually like, and he does it. He goes out, walks amongst humans, and when he comes back, he finds out his wife was burned at the stake for witchcraft. Not a good look for humanity. Especially when it wasn't even actually witchcraft, it was just science, just somewhat slightly advanced science, because some of the advanced science they talk about with Dracula is frickin' fluorescent light bulbs. It's not exactly the most mind-blowing stuff. But still, they mistook it for witchcraft, so they dragged her in there and burned her alive. And even though sadly Lisa's last words were for Dracula not to take out his rage on humanity, he didn't hear those words, so he decided to do exactly that, and swore revenge upon them. And hey, Drac warned them. He warned them that he was gonna go nuts on them, gave them some time, but nope, due to petty zealotry, they thought, Dracula ain't gonna be able to do anything to us. And when the time rolled around, he summoned forth his demon army and laid waste to all those around him. So really, they make Dracula a more sympathetic character than one might expect, because he was wronged, horribly wronged. His precious wife got taken from him and burned at the stake for something she didn't even do. Naturally, I'd be pretty pissed off just as much as he is. Would I summon a demon army to murder a bunch of men, women, and children? No, but I'd probably do something. And then we were introduced to our main character, one Trevor Belmont, who actually has quite a few things in common with Dracula. They're setting up some parallels there, you know, where he was wronged by humanity as well, and he took a very grim perspective on them for a little bit there, but despite everything that happened to him, he's still willing to protect people, but only, you know, good people, and not the kind of self-righteous douchebags who put them in this position in the first place. And hey, the series so far has had some really fun, clever writing, the voice acting is exquisite, the animation is pretty dang good too, so not many things to complain about here. But if there is one thing I can complain about that doesn't have anything to really do with the series itself, but is more on Netflix for screwing it up, remember how I kinda got spoiled to the fact that Alucard was in this because the closed captioning said Alucard when he first spoke up? Well, turns out Netflix is just really stupid because there were no subtitles available for Season 1, they were only the closed captioning. Well, guess what? Season 2 has the subtitles and closed captioning, but Season 1 doesn't. What the heck, Netflix? Why does Season 2 get the subtitles but not Season 1? How does that even happen? All because they did that, I got spoiled to the fact that Alucard was going to be in this. It's not surprising that Alucard would be there, but still, I'd rather have not seen his name pop up on the screen preemptively. So yeah, not sure who was in charge of that, but either way, it's a blunder. Fortunately, we won't have to worry about that anymore because I assume all the rest of the seasons will also have the subtitles and not just the closed captioning. That would be weird, right? Imagine if only Season 2 had the subtitles. I can't even imagine that. I'm not going to imagine it, but anyway, I liked Season 1, set us off really well. It was basically just serving as a 4-episode prologue before we get into the real stuff. So let us begin with Episode 1, War Council. Well, that's it for these 4 guys. Wow, they were dang good. A lot of fleshing out of the characters, like I said. We learned a lot in these 4 episodes about some of these new additions to the cast here. Isaac, Hector, 2 humans who are, well, just basically turning against their own kind. Not even just basically, they're straight up turning against humanity, each for their own reasons. They've all gone through some terrible stuff, obviously, here. mostly we've seen what Isaac has gone through, and it sucked. It sucked. We don't know the full extent. We know horrible things happened to him when that one dude, who looked to be like a priest of some kind or something, definitely a religious man, took him in, and, well, it seemed like he was living fine for a little bit. He genuinely cared for this guy and loved him, and he just wanted to help him out, so he just goes and gets his tools to try to learn the trade. And to repay him, he brings him in and starts whipping him in the back. It's a studded freaking whip, man. Just not a good thing to do. I mean, that was hideously excessive, man. You want to punish, a kid or something for, what you considered stealing? That's whatever, man, maybe a bit excessive no matter what way you look at it, perhaps. Maybe sit him down and talk to him would be the right thing to do. But no, you bring him down to the torture basement and just start whipping him to death. The punishment does not fit the crime. At all, you psychopath. And then when he gives the most touching, heartfelt explanation for what he was doing in the universe, and it sounded like he was understanding him and being on board for a second, and then he 180s and just starts whipping to be like, yeah, this is how I love you, right? This is how I show my love. And then Isaac goes off the deep end and just tackles him to the ground and just gouges his eyeballs out. That guy sucked massively. Oh, you sweet summer child, still believing love exists. Well, here's what love is. Wham! Just screw that guy. And Hector, we don't know much. He just wanted to resurrect dead animals, and apparently he was a little proud of that. He goes in to show his mom, and well, she freaks out. Frickin' zombie dog walks in, you're gonna freak out. Even Dracula said that, that naturally anybody's gonna be a little disturbed by a dead cat dancing in the living room. We heard some terrible stuff, presumably from his dad, like saying stuff. Even his mom wasn't exactly saying good things, but I'm kind of starting to piece something together here, maybe potentially, because she told him to unlock the door, right? In that little flashback we heard when we first met him, she said to unlock the door. She asked if he was making a fire. Well, we know he clanks the coins together in a way that sounds kind of like he's making a fire, so he was obviously locked in his room bringing something back to life. What he was bringing back to life? I don't know. It could have been anything. She was freaked out by it, but you'd be freaked out by bringing anything back, so who knows? Maybe his dad died or something. He was trying to bring him back. And now we've got Carmilla, who I was pretty sure I'd heard her name before, and I'm thinking back, I think she's from like a really old like vampire thing, that I think she's from that, probably. I don't know much about it. I know I've just heard the name in like passing before, about being in an old vampire thing. That's probably what it's referencing, but we got a little bit about her too. That she was turned into a vampire by this vampire lord dude who apparently got old and got cruel and crazy. So she, threw his naked body out a window, hung by a noose, and then his head frickin' broke off, and that was that. Her plan could be very upfront and direct, as simple as take him to the town and push him into the river, because they were so kind as to set up that vampires do possess the running water weakness that has been a thing in other stuff. Although they suspect that they might not possess that weakness anymore, but it was Godbrand who said it. The guy's not super smart, and he said, oh, no vampires died from that in thousands of years. I like take baths all the time, even though a bath is not running water. Once you run the water into the bath, it's not running anymore. If you got into a bath as the water was running, then it would be, but yeah, she wants Dracula dead. She'll probably try to push him into the river, but who knows? Maybe it's more complicated than that. Probably is. She said she wants to, turn everybody against him. They'll gather around him and then just overpower him, I guess. And even Alucard got a little bit of interesting things, because it definitely seems like he's conflicted about having to work with a Belmont. He was seeing up front and center down there in their little secret basement that the Belmonts were hunting down his people, because he's half vampire, he's half human. He still relates to his vampiric side, and having to be down here when there's just frickin' trophies of war from them murdering vampires, he's definitely conflicted here. He doesn't want that to be glorified. He still understands and has sympathy for his people. He's not, cool about just going out and killing them. The only reason he's trying to kill his dad is because he absolutely has to. He knows that his mom was not going to be on board with this, so he's doing what he has to do. But that doesn't mean he still doesn't care for the vampires. There's a lot of interesting things going on in this. There's a lot of complex character dynamics that are at play here, you know? Like, there's so much dissent between the vampires and their forces here that it's pretty crazy, you know? There's a lot of different, you know, variations to the sides that are being taken. There's a lot of levels to it. I can't describe this right. Hold on a second. There's a lot of varying degrees to which people are loyal or not here. That's more of what I was trying to say, because we got Hector, who is still loyal to Dracula, but at the same time, he's willing to entertain Carmilla's thoughts on this here. He's like he was entertaining the notion that, well, I mean, maybe we could fight Dracula, but he's too strong. Even with the forces we have, it wouldn't be enough. He is definitely questioning him. But Isaac is fully loyal. He was presented with the ideas of turning against Dracula, and he killed Godbrand on the spot for it. Not a shade of hesitation, he just took him down. I guess there's a reason that Carmilla didn't even try to persuade him. She probably knew that he was very loyal and it wouldn't have gone well. Godbrand isn't thinking as far ahead. Or wasn't. And Hector being willing to somewhat go along with this here, he's at least thinking about it, is probably due to him being a bit more human than Isaac. He definitely has a lot more of his humanity intact, you know? Isaac was just like, oh, we're gonna kill all of humanity? Boom, I'm in. Hector, however, said he did not wish to see humanity all die, nor did he wish for them to suffer. Isaac doesn't care. He'll let them all suffer and die for all he cares, but Hector? No. He was only interested in culling them because he thought that humanity was a threat. Hector has good reason to actually betray Dracula because Dracula lied to him, and he outright admitted that. He straight up lied to his face and said, yeah, don't worry, we'll leave some humans alive, when he has no intention of doing that. Hector is being played. Isaac is not. He is on board till the end, ride or die. So yeah, I guess there's a lot of interesting character stuff that I can talk about here. I don't want to ramble on forever about it, but I don't know, I had fun with these 4 episodes, seeing what it had to offer. It was quite entertaining, but I guess in every set of 4 there has to be at least one bloodbath, and we got that with the village at the end. Whew, they went nuts there, dude. But you know, they had been holding back for a while and having to drink pig's blood. It's just not good enough for them. Despite there being similar goals across the Dracula forces here, they have a lot of differences to them, you know? They're each doing things for different reasons. They're after slightly different variations of the same thing. It makes it very nuanced and fun to watch. It's not as simple as, oh, Lord Dracula, we will do as you wish, no matter what it is. No, they have their own agendas here and they want to make sure that they get done. It's not simple or black and white, and we're even seeing that with Trevor and Alucard. I like that about it. But anyway, I think that's enough rambling for one night, so thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. Subscribe to be updated on more. That would be great. Next time we check out episodes 5 through 8 of Season 2, and then there will be Season 3. We're really rocketing through this here, man. Yeah, sort of. Season 3 has slightly more episodes. It has 10, which is going to be awkward to fit in. Season 2 is beautiful with its 8 episodes. And then Season 4, also 10, so shucks. But oh well, I'll figure it out. These episodes were great. I genuinely hope you guys enjoyed. But till we meet again, I will see you guys later.